This is Autistic Love Explains in 7 minutes. Not the clinical version, not a checklist pulled from a diagnostic manual. This is my actual experience of what it looks like to love someone as a late diagnosed autistic adult 23 years into my marriage. Welcome to my living room. Lori is not in this one. It's just me today, walking you through 5 specific ways autism shapes how I love my wife. One of them took me over a decade to even notice about myself. So stick around because it might be the one that explains something in your own relationship that you haven't had words for yet. And this isn't only for neurodivergent couples. If you've ever loved someone in a way that didn't match what you were taught love was supposed to look like, this one is for you. Here are the 5 ways autism shapes how I love my spouse. Number 1 starts before we're even dating. And it's the reason I think of meeting Lori as more fate than luck. It's fierce loyalty. For me, it isn't a value I chose. It's closer to how I'm built. I wasn't good at social interactions growing up, especially with women. It really scared me. Lori and I met at church. We'd both been asked to co-chair the young single adults group in our congregation, and we had a mutual friend, her cousin, who pulled us both into a church musical production together. Once I commit to a relationship, I commit completely, and I wouldn't consider another partner. I'd fight for this relationship before I'd ever walk away from it. And if it ever ended, I honestly wouldn't have the first clue on how to go find another woman. It's not a joke. It's much closer to a fact. Loyalty like this doesn't have to be announced daily to be real. It's just there, holding steady, whether or not it gets said out loud. Before I get to number 2, let's have a quick pause. If you're watching this and you're not sure whether the friction in your relationship is about communication, overwhelm, disconnection, or something else entirely, we built a quick quiz for exactly that. It's called a Relationship Friction Pattern Quiz. It takes a few minutes and it points you straight to the pattern that's actually creating the tension in your relationship. The link is in the description below. Go take it, then come back for number 2. Number 2 is where that loyalty goes to work, and it comes with a spreadsheet. Literally, it's acts of service. My go-to way of showing love isn't saying it, it's building it. I plan trips down to the small detail, just for the 2 of us. Actual spreadsheets for a multi-day trip. I'll do her Saturday chores if she gets slammed. Or bring her a drink or a snack without ever being asked because I noticed she'd appreciate one. When I'm hyper-focused on Lori specifically, that's what it looks like. A plan, a gesture, a getaway I've mapped out for her. Now here's the part that doesn't get talked about enough though. When I plan something and it isn't received the way I hoped, I take that rejection hard, possibly harder than most people would. I'll even hesitate to ask for something I want, including intimacy, because the fear of being turned down is so heavy. If your partner plans big and rarely says the words out loud in the moment, the plan might be the sentence. Look for the love in what got built, not just what got said. Number 3 comes up every time someone expects me to read between the lines. Fair warning though, that is not going to happen. Number 3 is directness. I need it and I give it right back. I don't read hints well at all. I don't want to guess what you mean. I don't want you guessing what I mean either. Just tell me what you want and I'll tell you what I want. Subtlety is wasted on me. Don't leave clues. I will not find them. I'm not being lazy. I just don't own the decoder ring. This is actually the one of the biggest patterns that comes up in that friction quiz I mentioned earlier. One partner assumes the other one should just know, and the other partner really doesn't. For me, that's not carelessness. It's just how my brain processes communication. Say the plain version out loud and I'll meet you there every time. The direct route gets you there faster than the polite hint ever will. Number 4 is the one I mentioned at the start, the one that took me the longest to actually see in myself. It's that I can't process feelings out loud in real time. Saying how I feel on the spot in the moment is something I really struggle with. Some of that might be just me being a guy, but I think autism makes it a lot harder. What actually works for me is taking the time away to think it through, to contemplate what I'm feeling, and then write it down. That's why I've written Lori actual love letters over the years, not just for the romance of it, although she'll take that too, but because it's often the only version where I actually get it right. If you're only listening for spoken words of love in the moment, you might miss it when it comes later, through a letter, a text, or a note left somewhere you'll find it. Or it's simply acts of service, like we talked about earlier. Give the delayed version the same weight as the instant one. It usually took more effort to get there. Number 5 is the one that gets me back to steady the fastest, and it doesn't take any conversation. It's physical touch. And I'm very sensitive to it, and for me, it's one of the clearest ways I regulate and connect. Without regular touch, I start to feel disconnected from Lori pretty fast. I love hugs. I love cuddling up next to her. Almost any touch from her calms me down in a way very little else does. I remember one trip where our flights got rearranged at the airport, gate changes, delays, the whole thing, and Lori could sense me getting overwhelmed and dysregulated fast. So she just put her hand on my back. That's it. No big conversation, no fixing anything, and within a few seconds, I was calm again. And that's not an exaggeration. Her hand on my back did more for my nervous system in that moment than anything I could have talked myself into. Now, I want to be clear. This isn't about touch from just anyone. That would be weird, honestly, kind of creepy from a stranger. It's specifically about touch from my partner. If words aren't getting through in a hard moment, try a hand on the back before you try another sentence. Now, before I wrap up, I want to ask you something, and I actually want your answer in the comments. Out of these 5, which one changes how you see love in your own relationship? Whether you're autistic, you love someone who is, or neither applies to you, and you just need a different way to think about love. Tell me which one below. I read every comment. None of these 5 are the whole picture of who I am, but together they're an honest map of how I love my wife. Loyal, service-driven, direct, slow to speak, but not slow to feel, and touch first. If any of this sounds like someone you love or like you, that's not a flaw to manage. It's just the shape love takes for us. So look for it in the actions, not just the words, and you may find it was there the whole time. And if any of this has you wondering where the friction actually sits in your own relationship, go take that relationship friction quiz I mentioned. It only takes a couple minutes, and it points you to the specific pattern creating tension for you and your partner, and it hands you a free resource built around that exact result. The link is below. Go grab it. Now that you know how autism shapes the way we love our spouses, you might be wondering what that looks like on an ordinary Tuesday, not just in the meaningful moments. That's exactly what I cover in this video right here, where I walk through 5 things autistic people think are normal in marriage, but aren't. Watch that one next, because when you pair how we love with how we actually operate day to day, the picture gets a lot clearer. Thanks for watching, and remember, even neurodivergent couples can make relationships work.